Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Every Sunday Big Tech Update Show. And today we will be looking at as well Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. And also we'll be looking at QQQ. And today we'll be doing something a little bit different where we don't look at the technical analysis as much as the trend and all those guides, but we will be doing giving you guys the best direction, that the most likely scenario that the stock is going to head. And we'll be putting each of these big tech stocks on Team Bull or Team Bear. And once we have the list, then we can know exactly where most likely scenario, if QQ is going to head to all-time highs, or we're going to have a little bit of pullback. And as of right now, we have Tesla and doing delivery, 466,000 deliveries and beating Wall Street's estimate. So is Tesla going to go back to the 1 trillion mark? So let's take a look at calculations. So Tesla right now is at 192 market cap. So at 1,000, that would be 1 trillion market cap, divided minus 892 billion. So 108 billion away. So we do 108 divided by 892. That is roughly 12% away. So that is not that far away from where we are right now. Let's take a look. 12% from here. That would give us to roughly 295 mark. So 295 mark could be, let's see if there's a strong resistance there. 295. Yeah, fun, interesting enough. Actually acted as resistance, bounce off of as a support prior zone. So that's going to be a level of strong resistance if we do start breaking out again due to the strong deliveries we had in this quarter. Because let's say we have a gap up on Monday, and we're 5.4% away on prior resistance, which is right there on the 277 level. So that's the very first step. I want to see the bulls break. If we have this bullish reaction on the deliveries on Monday, we probably have a gap up on pre-market, and we can see actually that area we are going to 283, and you can see at the bottom of this structure, the sideways structure zone right there. And if we do break that, we're back to that $1 trillion mark for Tesla. And due to, I think, Nvidia being so hot, back to $1 trillion mark, I think if market continues to be bullish, Tesla can probably go back to 1 trillion mark as well. So we'll see if, even though there's a lot going on in the world right now, France having riots, and U.S. is doing student loan forgiveness and payments and delinquencies and all this drama going on. So as well as many things going on in the world. So even though the economy is not the stock market, we got to always remember that. So we can't base on all these events on the chart, because everything has been bearish for the past couple of months in terms of economy and the news, but the market just continues to go up. So we just have to follow the price action and not get too consumed into the news and the economy itself overall. All right, let's get back to the charts. So we'll see if Tesla can confirm that back to the bulls. So far, it held really well. We had a bear break right there on the hourly chart that was on Monday. And I said that if we do hold this level, bears aren't going anywhere. So that's essentially where we bounced. So we will continue to see that. It was a confirmed our head and shoulders breakdown with zero follow through. And we'll just right. So I did a 1 hour video on all the big tech stocks on Friday. So the chart hasn't changed yet since Friday. So if you guys want a super detailed analysis on the techno analysis on these 7 big tech stocks, check out that video on Friday. And today I'm just doing a little bit more of the directions of the charts versus the super detailed techno analysis. So we have Tesla on Team Bull and eventually testing 52-week high with great delivery. And take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia. So Nvidia is probably testing all-time highs as well due to it holding this key support level right there in this zone. So as long as Nvidia holds above 405 or 404, bulls are in absolute full control. But we can say this can potentially shape up that lower high. This high is lower than this prior pivot high. But we don't have zero signs of that yet because we don't have any trend confirming to the bears at the moment. As long as the bulls also hold above that 420, which is that strong prior resistance as well, bulls are in full control. If we pull back on Monday and bounce off of 420 and shoot up, then we're going to test all lines as well. So it's right there at 437. And if we break that, we're probably going to get another leg up to somewhere new. We have Nvidia. If bounce off of 420, likely going to test all-time highs as well. Apple, and anybody, not much to say about this guy. It's going all-time highs every single day. So Apple is for sure a bull because we have zero signs of red flags yet. Even if I zoom into the smallest time frame, 5 minutes, it's also an uptrend in 5 minutes. So let's just say Apple, every single trend from 1 minute to 1 hour to 4 hours to 1 day to 1 week to 1 month are all in an absolute uptrend. But of course, if we zoom out to the monthly chart, you can see we are a tad bit extended. This is just one straight move up with zero monthly consolidation at the moment. And you can see historically, Apple can have these huge moves. You can see right there. After the drop, we had a 140% move in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months before we have any kind of consolidation. And we got it here afterwards. We pulled back and then continued. So what bulls want to see is this kind of consolidation where it goes sideways, pulls back, and then bounces and makes a higher low every time. Every time it's higher than prior pivot, higher prior pivot. That's what the bulls are looking for now. The bears are hoping we get a consolidation that would be a quite notable drop due to this monthly candles, so they're usually quite big. So let's say we pull back to mean reversion, 56%. We just pull back to 7, 8, 10%, right? That's not that big of a deal for a move like this. And then you can potentially chop around for the next move up, just like kind of this is shaping up. Apple, absolute team bull. No signs of red flags in every time frame. Likely going to test $200 psychological resistance. Right. Amazon, very simple, chop zone. Nothing too complicated to look at. And so this is the chop zone. So Amazon is also in a team bull due to it being in an uptrend still. So there is no signs of slightly is a little bit of a red flag on after breaking out into the zone and just goes straight sideways, but that's not that big a deal because it's still in a uptrend on pretty much every time frame as well. So for me, Amazon is also in bull, but Amazon bulls want to break 31 point this level, 1.2, and if Amazon breaks this 128, 129 zone, 129, and goes to this 127 and 127.3, and it will a team there. Yeah, so if we do break that zone, this one and this one, then we're coming back to this prior chop zone, meaning we accumulated all these energy from bulls, and we finally broke out. All the bulls are happy because they bought it in here, and that was the accumulation zone. If that's just after 2 weeks, and we come back right into that zone, then that's just a bull break with follow through, meaning nobody wants to buy up here anymore, and it's less demand and more supply, and we come back into the zone. If we come back to the zone, we're left at the bottom of that zone. A big red flag for me if that actually happens. So now we shift Amazon into a team bear, and let's take a look at Google. Google is a team bear. So Google is there. This Google is currently in a daily downtrend and still in a daily downtrend. So as long as Google cannot get above its prior pivot, it will continue to be a lead bear. And you can see also rejected from the 12 EMA looking line on Friday. So if we come back down here, it's likely going to test this 116 again. So how would I want to see Google going back to a team bull? So you can see this is the drop, and now this is the bounce. So this is the pivot high that's set. So we do drop for another day, and we bounce, break above this prior pivot, then Google is back in a daily uptrend. As we break above and confirm daily uptrend, then Google will be back to team bull. Now, action from 12 EMA and likely testing 116 again. So Google is on team bear. And let's take a look at Microsoft. So Microsoft was on team bear actually just on Friday, and for the past week you can see this is a daily downtrend confirming. But once it held at this 330 level, that zone right there, bounced, a pivot, higher low set, and we broke above the prior pivot. That's a daily uptrend confirmed on Friday. So Microsoft went from team bear back to team bull now. Daily uptrend, but we haven't got above this prior resistance. Bulls need to get over 341 for it to test all-time highs again. 41. That's the level I'm going to be looking at for bulls for continuation. Otherwise, this would just be and I can follow through if we shoot back down here again. Especially if we break this pretty low right there on the 332.62. There's one to break below 332. Bears want to do break below this pivot for that uptrend to be negated, and we'll be back into a neutral trend again. We'll see. As of now, Microsoft is shaping up, joining back to Team Bull, so that's looking good. And Meta is just like Amazon, chop zone, sideways, and also on Team Bull because there is uptrend in every time frame. As long as that stays that way, Meta is also on Team Bull. So Meta right there, Meta needs the bulls to 8.4 break, and there's one to break this chop zone of this bottom. That'll be close to 77.8. The reason is not a definite number. You can see a couple wicks that went below it, but it bounced off of it. So if you want to see a clear break, then you see a clear break with volume coming in, and we have candles closing below it, as well as the bull move. As well, you can see a couple of pennies above it, and we never broke above it. So as long as the bulls don't have a confirmed candle closing above it with volume, and instead of just touching and then come back out, then a clear break. So this is a battle zone for bears and bulls, just like Amazon is currently in a battle zone as well. And as long as the zone don't break, bulls and bears aren't really going anywhere. So if you guys are playing options, I recommend you don't want to get chopped forever in here. So you want to go sideways. We want to see a clear break to know the directions. You guys playing common shares, then there's no you can start adding already, and just step your stop loss either up there or below here, depending on which side you're playing. You just get stop out for a little loss if you played on the wrong side. Now, or you can just add it after the breakout. It breaks down, bounces, retests, and that's where you short again, and it rejects. Or it breaks out, and we retest this to see if it becomes resistance becomes support. When we bounce, this is where you add again for the next move up. Depends on your playing style. So we have 6 out of the 7 big tech stocks in Team Bull and 1 in Team Bear, and 2, I would say, in the middle. Meta and Amazon would be technically in the middle, even though every trend is in an uptrend. So we'll see which way they will break very soon. Will they join back to the very, very Team Bull side or the Bear side? So we took a look at that QQQ. Now, if 7 of them are all in Team Bull, then QQQ is very likely going to continue, right? But things can shift right away in a day as well, right? Let's say tomorrow, Amazon decides to break these levels. It's only 3% away. It's not that far. It's not like we're expecting a 10% drop or something. And Google continues its daily downtrend for another 2% away, right? That's gonna the Meta just needs roughly a 3.5%, and it will break bear, right? That could all happen in one day. And next thing you know, it sets the daily lower high for QQQ, meaning this next pivot is going to be lower than prior pivot. And that can potentially shape up the downtrend. But as of now, no signs of that yet. So I keep saying, I know all the news in the economy and everything is bearish, and for the past many months, even this whole year. But we have to stick to the charts because the chart just tells us everything is an uptrend, and the stock market and the economy is different. It's not. It doesn't. It correlates, but one leads the other, kind of thing. That makes sense. So we gotta follow the charts, and as long as the hourly uptrend is continuing with all these big tech stocks in Team Bull, we will continue to be on Team Bull until we see weakness in the charts, and we can start playing short side. But as of now, no signs of that yet. You can see even hourly uptrend is intact. So as long as QQQ hold level, this prior pivot zone right there doesn't break, as well as this zone. If QQQ holds about 361, then there's no big deal. Then it probably just chops around in an equilibrium and tighten up. And see, but we did have a little bit of a weird action on the Friday due to it being a end of the quarter, half of the year rebalance. You can see we just cannot get over this zone right there for a whole day, essentially. Someone was just holding it right exactly there. And this is one of the tightest range you can probably ask for a whole day. 0.13%, right? That's like nothing. So that could be potentially a distribution zone where sellers are just selling until they drop it. So, but no signs of that yet. We don't know if this is a distribution zone until it breaks down, until it breaks this prior pivot right there. So for your short-term scalpers, this is the pivot that you don't want it to break. So if we do break that pivot, then yeah, we will start shaping up a slightly of a red flag on the shorter time frame for me on PQ, and that could potentially start to say this is a distribution zone on Friday. So tomorrow is going to be the first day of the new quarter 3, and we'll see if we get a little bit of FOMO in the morning, or we get a straight shot up, and we'll see if it's a reject from that low again, and it sells off, or it's a actual accumulation zone, and where we'll just get the FOMO back in again. Big funds need to add back in and all that kind of things after the rebalancing of the quarter. And we have 3 earnings on Friday that nobody really cares about, those banks. So the banks earnings are going to be coming up in 2 weeks, and we'll have to start taking a look at earnings again. As of now, follow the trend, and we'll see if QQQ sets the week lower high, or it's going to make a new high. So now 7 bulls, 6 stocks on Team Bull, 1 stock on Team Bear, and we'll see where Amazon and Google are going to break tomorrow, because they are right in the middle. All right, that's all I got for you guys on today's Sunday Big Tech Update show. And if you guys want to check out the Super Techno Analysis show on Friday, that's where I do all the trend analysis and the price action analysis and psychology of those price actions on these big 7 tech stocks, as well as I did QQ and S&P 500 as well on Friday. And if you're commodities traders, you can take a look at the natural gas update from yesterday, natural gas and gold and silver. All right, and if you guys got any questions, feel free to comment below, and have a good rest of you guys' long weekend. And tomorrow is half a day of trading, and Tuesday market is closed. All right, and if you subscribe, like, and share, they're always appreciated. And have a good rest of you guys' weekend.